In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to do anticipation, which is the next one. So with anticipation, what you have is you will have a ball over here, which is going to go across to the right-hand side. But before the ball shifts, it needs to go slightly to the left and distort left, and then starts going to the right. So we'll get into this. So first of all, we need to create our ball. So we're going to go over here to a rectangle, go to oval, and I'm going to get the full color. I'm going to choose this time around, I'm going to choose like a blue color for my ball, and I'm going to have stroke as none. And then I'm going to create my ball right there like that. And I need to select it, right click on it, and need to convert the symbol. So you know how to do this by now. This one here is going to be ball as a graphic item. All right, so we have here layer 1, and this is going to be my anticipation. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to, first of all, put some guidelines in. So we go over to our view and we turn on rulers. And from that, we can actually click on the ruler here, drag down a ruler going down there like that. And we can also put in another ruler mark from the left-hand side to the center of this object, because I'll need to have that as a reference point. I'll also put another vertical guideline across over to about here somewhere, and that is going to be showing me where the ball finishes up. So let's go over now to my frame 1, right click on that, I'm going to go to classic tween. So we know how to do that, and we are currently on frame 25. So I'm going to now press F6 to make a keyframe. I'm going to move my ball across here so that it goes to the center point of that. So I'm just going to press return or enter on PC, and you can see here that the ball is simply just going across. We need to do more than that though, yeah? So what we're going to do here is we're going to go to, let's say, frame 5 and put another keyframe. And we're going to go over to, let's say, frame 20 and put another keyframe, whoops, shift, and then do F5. I actually accidentally did the wrong key, F6 instead of F5. I'm just going to go over here, shift F5 just to bring it, F5 again, just so it goes 25 frames a second. So, sorry, frame 25. So we have this happening here, it hasn't really adjusted. I need to put in another keyframe there. It actually removed. There we go. So what we have here is that I'm going to go over to this keyframe. I'm going to right click on that keyframe and I'm going to copy frames. And I'm going to go over to my frame 5, which is that keyframe there before. Right click, I'm going to paste frames into that one. I'm also going to go over to now my frame 25, right click on that. And I'm going to now copy that frame, going to go now to frame 20 and then paste in that frame here. Right, so what this is that I've got here a time in which the ball is not moving, and then it moves across here and then it is stationary. Is that cool? Yeah? All right, so now, in order to increase time of something, you can press F5. So if I go over here between the keyframes, if I press F5 and I press 5 times, I can extend time. So I'm going to do the same thing here between the others. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you see here now, if I press return, it's going to pause and then go across and pause again. Is that cool? So what we want here, before the ball starts to shift across, we want the ball to go backwards slightly and distort. So we're going to do that now. So I'm going to go over to 1, 2, maybe 3 frames, maybe 4 frames before that. I'm going to make another keyframe. And I'm also going to give this one here the same treatment as well. So 3 frames back, 4 frames back it was, function F5. Oops, not F5. It is F6. Okay, so the ball's not doing anything just there. There's keyframe, and there's just a keyframe there. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to use the transform tool to, you see here how I'm just putting the mouse between these two dots. I'm going to shift it across this way. And then I need to move this across so the base, center of the base lines up with this. And then I'm going to go over to this side and I'm going to shift this across the same amount. And I'm going to move this across here. So now let's play this. So you see there that it is pausing, right? So it is shifting across, right? And it goes across and then distorts and then comes back. Is that cool? Yeah? All right. If you want it so that it is static beforehand, what you can do is you can go back here 1, 2, 3, 4 frames, maybe let's say 5 frames or what have you, and we make another keyframe here, and we can have it a bit of time where the ball is static still a little bit longer. So I'm going to go right click here, copy frames, and I'm going to paste frame here. So you should know now that we are copy pasting frames as we go along. I'm going to do the same treatment on the other side, F6, and I'm going to copy this keyframe here over to here. All right, so this here is basic anticipation, right? If you want to make it look more realistic, what you do is in the center of this whole time where the ball's going across, you put another keyframe in here, and you do squash and stretch. So we squash it and we stretch it to show that we have movement. So you see here that the ball is now looking a little bit more realistic. Your goal for this though now is to bring the ball back. And what you can do is you can copy this entire layer here, paste that layer underneath it, and then move the timeline to this playhead just here, and then what you do is you reverse the motion entirely. So you reverse the timing of it. So the ball starts to go back and it's in constant loop. All right, that'll be all for this. Thank you. Bye.